Longpath is a mindset that allows us to be future conscious, which means we push back short-termism. We think about the ramifications of our day-to-day actions and the impact they will have on future generations. What that does is it not only helps us develop new ways of being that help us in the here and now, but it also pushes back the despair that we all feel in an intertidal moment. Because what more often than not happens is we react very quickly, and what the reaction is going to do is give us a kind of short-term answer, because that's what we want. We can only cognitively take on so much at one point in time, and then we want to get things off of our plate. We have that drive, it's a heuristic. We don't more often than not want to deal with doing something that will be seen as a sacrifice for the longer term. Everything from walking downstairs and saying, oh my God, I'm hungry right now. I could make a really healthy meal, or I could have that pint of ice cream, right? That's at the most basic level. Or the other thing has been in romantic relationships where I'm like, well, I don't know if this is necessarily the one for me, but we do have this amazing trip planned 2 weeks from now. What Longpath is asking us to do is to take a pause and say, is that the right thing to do given where we are right now as an individual or a society? So for people who are too busy surviving, just take a second and pause. Though even if you are living paycheck to paycheck and you are on the margins, how you act and behave matters. You are still impacting future generations and those around you. It may not be as grandiose and as amazing if someone has 50 million followers on Instagram and they're living and acting Longpath. They're going to have a different influence than someone who's living paycheck to paycheck. So that is correct. Longpath can be privileging in that way, but it doesn't necessarily mean that those who are living paycheck to paycheck or the margins can't be thinking and acting in a way that doesn't uphold a certain value set that makes the world better. If we look at actually where we are as a planet, who's actually causing the most damage to the climate, it actually is those that are most privileged. Those of us who are in a place of privilege are more often than not willing to take the shortcut because the incentives are there that allow us not just so much to get away with it, but it doesn't impact us as much because there's always something to kind of take its place. So what we have to do is realize that even those shortcuts have an additive effect. In the same way there's an additive effect of being a great human over time, taking the short path over and over again also has a negative additive effect. There's a time and a place for short-termism. The question is, how do we quell that desire and the probabilities that we'll do it more so we can do more kind of long-term thinking and acting? It's on all of us to actually act in such a way where we see ourselves as all kind of having our hands on that much larger steering wheel. Those with privilege have to actually enact Longpath even more so, but it doesn't mean that anyone can't do it in one small way, shape, or form in their own life.
Get smarter, faster with videos from the world's biggest thinkers. To learn even more from the world's biggest thinkers, get Big Think Plus for your business.